Howdy y'all! Today we've got a replay between GreatKudi and qVAMPIROp. We'll just call him qVAMPIRO. GreatKudi and qVAMPIRO. So we've got Shadow and Nature. This is very unusual to start with Windweavers. Usually you would see Spearmen or like a Dryad or something that costs less power, or a Swift unit. So I'm not really sure why the Windweavers, but presumably GreatKudi knows what he's doing. So the Shadow player grabbed the well because he feels safe. GreatKudi decided to grab the well as well. There's a generated map which tends to be unfair for one faction. Generated maps just tend to be the most unfair. So we'll see what happens here. I'm not sure why this is happening, because I feel like a root and then just backing the Windweavers away would kill. There we go, just like that. Okay, the Nasty was not worth it. 100, well maybe it was, 110 power for 110 power I think, 70 plus 40. I guess it was worth it, but not hugely. That Nasty was definitely not worth it. These guys will heal up probably normally, and they may even get a Surge of Light off if they need it. GreatKudi is keeping the well up, and we see another Dread Charger. I have no idea what qVAMPIRO is doing. I feel like that root was not necessary quite yet, but maybe he did that to prevent a life leaving, which would have been a bad idea, so I'm not really sure what's going on. Except that qVAMPIRO is wasting his Dread Chargers. So yeah, if you'd let the Dread Charger get a little bit closer, that'd have not given him that chance to run away. Okay, so qVAMPIRO is going tier 2 Pure Shadow, and GreatKudi has decided to rush him. The problem is that I'm not sure this will work, because Nature doesn't have, yeah, there we go, Dread Charger, Nasty, okay, good route. I think the Nasty will still kill them, but Windweavers don't do a ton of damage, so this will probably drop because it's Shadow, but I wouldn't bet on it. GreatKudi should heal if he gets a chance. Heal now? No. Oh, okay, so that heal was sort of worth it, not really. It'll be worth it if it gets us down, which I'm not sure it will. Yeah, I have doubts that it will. So, as far as I can tell, GreatKudi sort of threw that away by rushing. What he should have done is just come over here with the units he had and gone tier 2. And if he had done that, he'd have forced some shadow spawns out of... Oh, okay, I guess this well is going down. Never mind what I said. GreatKudi did know what he was doing. The problem is now he's going to have to deal with Shadow Mages in tier 1, which he might be able to handle, he might not. The thing that's lucky for him and unlucky for qVAMPIRO is that Shadow Mages have this splash knockback, which will tend to knock away the Windweavers, and that will generally make it so like one survives, which is Surge of Light will heal. Okay, so GreatKudi has gone tier 2 after qVAMPIRO rebuilds his power well. Based on the way that GreatKudi has played so far, I'm guessing that he has like Windweavers and Dryad, and that's all he's got in his deck. In tier 1, as far as units go. Maybe that's not true, but I sort of feel like that. That's a very questionable lava field. That's also a questionable corpse explosion. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why that happened. 120 power to kill 100 power worth of units. A Skyfire Drake would have done the... An Oink probably would have done the job fine. qVAMPIRO has used a lot of Shadow Mages. That's important because he's only got, 12 Shadow Mages, I think? I don't play Shadow, so I don't know. But it looks like 12. Okay, Spirit Hunters is an interesting choice for a Fire Nature player. He needs to oink this now. Okay, the well. Okay, yeah, there we go. That gives the well the time to repair itself, and now it doesn't really matter if the Phoenix does that. A Roots would be nice. Yeah, there we go. And this guy, honestly, okay, yeah, there we go. He killed him to get that Void Power back. We got another Shadow Mage coming. This is just largely ineffective, I think. qVAMPIRO should be saving up power maybe for a Harvester or for something more than just these sort of puny attacks. An Eruption. Oh, I guess he doesn't have Eruption in his deck. It's very. GreatKudi is playing Fire Nature very weirdly. Yeah. I don't know if that was intentional or not. I suspect it was to give Spirit Hunters that healing. Ooh, okay, so qVAMPIRO was trying to use Nether Warp to get out of the roof, except he missed, it looks like. So, or maybe he didn't miss? I don't know. He didn't teleport, so I'm not really sure what happened there. But he did heal. Again, wasted Shadow Mage. I don't know how many Shadow Mages qVAMPIRO has left, but it's probably not many. This could be dangerous. So, I showed you in one of my games last time what I was doing with, there needs to be an oink here. Oh, he does heal up. That's good. I was showing you one of my games last time about how it's sometimes power inefficient to, well, it's void, it pays off for the void power in the end if you repair these normally, but sometimes you lose power temporarily if you just let him hit the well and repair it instead of using an oink. Skyfire Drake beats Shadow Mage, so I don't know why. I just don't know why there's always one Shadow Mage coming. It just seems like a poor idea to me. Okay, that's sort of cute from GreatKudi. He's trying to get his Ghost Spears back with 50 power. He doesn't think he'll need the Ravage, and then qVAMPIRO used a Befallen's Curse on the 170 power Ghost Spears. I just don't know what qVAMPIRO is doing. I'm pretty sure qVAMPIRO is a good player. I thought he was a better player than GreatKudi, but I think, I don't know. I think qVAMPIRO is normally a Lost Souls player, and he's just playing Pure Shadow, probably as a friendly match. This seemed like a sparring ground match where both players are trying to have fun and be funny. Okay, this Befallen's Curse was much better than the other one. We've got this Dark Elves over here. Maybe looking to go tier 3? Maybe just looking to get a power wall and ground presence. Befallen's Curse is especially significant against nature because it prevents heals. The damage it does is not great, but mostly it's the heals that help it. GreatKudi's got a lot of power now. So maybe these guys are to allow a Harvester to spam. I bet these guys are to, okay, well, my theory is wrong. But I was going to say that GreatKudi is going to need to come over here to go tier 3. And if he does that, that'll give qVAMPIRO an excellent opening to use a Harvester and knock that base out. Instead, they're just playing the power game. This Vile Blood is going to be... Vile Bloods are very hard for Pure Shadow to deal with because Pure Shadow doesn't have a satisfactory L counter. Because Night Guard, their tier 1 counter, doesn't do any damage. It doesn't do very much damage. It was a while I felt it was questionable. But the Knight of Chaos doesn't do... Okay, so wasted heal, I told you, Befallen's Curse doesn't allow. He should have erupted instead of healed. But as we discussed earlier, I don't think Eruption was in his deck. But Shadow has a hard time dealing with L units because Night Guard doesn't do very much damage, and it takes a long time before it can use its swap ability. and Knight of Chaos is the only other unit, and it's just sort of it doesn't have great stats, and it's melee, so it's alright, but it's not, it's good, but it's not good for an L counter, is what I'm saying. This was a better lava field. I think this is going to drop with the corpse explosion. Yeah, there we go. He nastied that Nightcrawler just to make extra sure that it dies. Okay, so we are even on wells again. Void Power and GreatKudi's got 7, so they're fairly even. I think GreatKudi's still got the advantage. Termite Hill, yeah, this is like a super unusual deck. So my guess is that people are playing around. This Termite Hill could be devastating if it gets up. Oh man, that's terrifying. The Termite Hill is up. This for 30 power does insane damage to everything over here. It looks like it might be built a little bit too far away though. Does it have a cooldown? Or is it using it? I don't know what happened. I guess it has a cooldown. Will this heal get off in time? Oh, it does. So, if you noticed, he kept the Skyfire Drake in this area. That's not super useful with a Skyfire Drake, but the idea, I think, of keeping the Drake in there was he was hoping that it would take some of the damage away from the corpse explosion. So the Drake would take some of the damage, and the Drake would take like 400 damage that was meant for this power well, and maybe save the power well 400 damage. Which I guess 400 is significant, but the Drake doesn't have a ton of health, so it's probably one of the worst units to be trying that strategy with. It didn't matter in the end though, because the corpse explosion was not significant. It was a pretty weak one. Based on the frequency of Shadow Mages, I would say that qVAMPIRO is out now. There's a Foul Blood with the Fallen's Curse. I don't know, but I feel like the Fallen's Curse has a fairly long cooldown. So as soon as this Foul Blood dies, that's totally fine. GreatKudi can just spawn another one. qVAMPIRO is really strapped for power now. See, he's got... Oh, he does have Eruption. Okay, I guess he's got Eruption in his deck. He had a couple really good opportunities to use it earlier. Oh, I missed this. The Nightcrawler came around this way and was trying to be sneaky. I missed it. GreatKudi didn't, because he's invested in this game and he's still playing. There's the Termite Swarm. It should be used. I don't know why it's not being used. It's probably too far away. Yeah, because I guess this Firewall died, so it's too far away. So I don't even know why he's attacking it if it's not in range. But anyway, a lava field or an eruption would be good right now. There we go. Corpse explosion might do something this time. There we go. So, if GreatKudi could get an opening to go tier 3, that would make a big difference. Alternatively, he could realize that qVAMPIRO is running out of Shadow Mages, and that will... So his defense should be getting thin. Here comes the Termite Hill. I don't really know why he keeps doing this, because at this point it's clearly not effective. He should, like, there's 120 power he spent on Termite Hill so far. And I think the first one he spent 30 power to use above the field. A double eruption will take care of this if he hits 140. Okay, finally we've got a useful Termite Hill. And notice that the Ghost Spears are not even attacking this because he knows the Termite Hill will take care of it. I disagree with that lava field. He's got Ghost Spears. I think an Oink would have done just fine, especially because these shadow units didn't have a ton of health. There's a route. Again, I don't think it was really necessary, because the Skyfire Drake will take care of that just fine. Hurricane, again, probably not necessary, but GreatKudi has power to waste. It's not he's dropped enough oil that it's not a big deal anymore. That was I guess a good lava field. It's weird. I play fire tier 1 instead of nature tier 1. So for me, interesting tactic. He made a Knight of Chaos, teleported it, and nastied immediately. That's weird that the animation's here, but the teleport, that's weird. As I was saying, for me it's weird that GreatKudi is always playing these lava fields first, whereas my natural instinct is to play an eruption first. But I play fire tier 1, so I'm used to having an eruption in my whole deck. If he keeps hitting this, yeah, there we go. Oh, he needs to stop hitting it. This might die simply to the life weaving. Yeah. So I think this is gonna drop. If he nether warps, there we go. Oh, he missed. Oh, so sad. I'm not rooting for one player or the other, but it's always sad when, you know, like, you just like clicked and missed something, or there was like a lag or some little silly thing that prevents you from dropping a well or something like that. That was a good combo. A corpse explosion this time would maybe be good, but he's out of power. So, okay, here's a piece of advice. When you don't have power, don't make like meaningless attacks. Like don't make attacks that are not gonna do anything. Don't attack just to attack. If your unit's just gonna die. Like, you can attack and run away, that's fine. He keeps missing these nether warps. If you like attack and don't accomplish anything, we don't lose anything, that's fine. But don't be making attacks where like this, like he just comes over here and nasties, and GreatKudi's got so much power, this is gonna be fine. Like oinks, and he can, okay, corpse explosion, that's good. Okay, so this time, that was a good attack. That time he waited to like actually start sacrificing all his units until he had enough to kill the well. So at this point, qVAMPIRO is sort of bringing the game back a little bit, but GreatKudi's still got a lot of power, but I think building both of these walls was a pretty big mistake. Yeah, so this is, the splash damage from the Phoenix is getting powerful now. Aura of Corruption. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, is this, okay, so what happened there I think is pretty cool. So this guy he had life weaving on, so the Aura of Corruption hurt the Vile Blood, and it hurt the Nightcrawler, which then, from the life weaving, it damaged and killed the rest of the well. Okay, so this Termite Hill is probably going to get up. He's doing anything he can to get it down. I don't think, okay, it did go. I'm sorry, I keep like making these judgment calls. I don't play Shadow, I don't know how much Corpse Explosion does. I'm a bad judge. That was like the most egregious waste of power. Erupt him, just erupt the Shadow Mage, or root him, or oink him. You could have oinked him for 50 power. And I'm not sure if that Nasty Surprise was necessary. I think he could have dropped it just by hitting it. Over here, we've got this Vile Blood trying to attack stuff. This Knight of Chaos is the one that makes it so that you can't attack. Was this someone dazed? Yeah, this is someone dazed. That was a mistake. So this attack doesn't look like it's going to pan out. It might, but the power is getting strongly in GreatKudi's favor because now he can keep spawning Vile Bloods, and it's going to be difficult for qVAMPIRO to deal with having all these Vile Bloods. There's another Aura of Corruption because looks like he's running out of power because he spent a whole lot to defend this one, so now this one is hard for him to deal with. And I don't know why he built the Aura of Corruption over here. If you're building an Aura of Corruption for defense, make sure that things you're trying to defend are inside. This is gonna drop. And this Termite Hill. Okay, so this looks like it's probably game over. Maybe not. Maybe there's chances these units should not be just sitting here. More wasting power from GreatKudi because he likes it. Okay, why? Why dive into here? You're not accomplishing anything. The Termite Hill is useless now. Okay, he's rebuilding his tier 2. He's still fighting. I like his attitude. There's like no way GreatKudi doesn't win this, especially now he has access to tier 3. But maybe a harvester. Okay, so maybe there's harvester ideas. But GreatKudi is gonna have tier 3. He'll be able to root the harvester the instant it appears. If it teleports, he can oink it. And then Giant Slayer should take care of it. Especially because GreatKudi's got 300 power now, so he can spam a lot of Giant Slayers, or he can just keep spamming Battle Bloods because he's got the power to do so. Yeah, there's a Giant Slayer. He should have moved the Giant Slayer away so it doesn't get infected. Oh, I guess it won't get infected. Never mind. Never mind, I thought the plague was contagious. The attack here is, there's no way, like, I'm betting GreatKudi's just gonna lava field. There we go. He likes his lava field, and then he's probably gonna erupt this. No, okay, he doesn't like his eruptions, he likes his lava fields. There, he does erupt it, never mind. qVAMPIROp is building Frost tier 3 and Shadow tier 2 at the same time. There's no way, okay, let's Termite Hill just because, why not, I guess. There's not really a way that qVAMPIROp is coming back at this point. He should have charged a minute ago. Valiant Effort with a nasty surprise. Oh, qVAMPIROp has his tier 3 up. Maybe he has a chance. I wouldn't bet on it, but maybe. Maybe. Oh, that's despicable. A Termite Swarm, like, there. I don't think it's going to do much, though, because of the shield building. We'll see how qVAMPIROp's tier 3 goes. Okay, nasty surprise, I guess the Ashbone. Because of a Mauler there that was preventing the Ashbone from attacking, I guess. I don't know why this power well was built. Because at this point, you're getting 17 power from the Void, so having one more power from the power well doesn't make a ton of difference. We got another attack here. The shield building is working. And we have an attack here. So yeah, there's eruption there. This needs to be shield building, but it can't because this one was already shield building, which is how you should attack as that's how you should attack people. Especially when you have Giant Slayers. Giant Slayers are one of the best tier 3 units in the game. Not because they're like super good with stats or whatever. They're okay, but they're good because they can like run around and hit a whole bunch of places at once. It's sort of like Silverwind Lancers. That's why everybody plays Silverwind Lancers, because you can run around and go to a bunch of different places at once and they're cheap, and you can sort of spam at all the different places at a single time and confuse your opponent. Magma Rollers, that's interesting to go solo with Magma Rollers. Giant Slayers are also a little bit better than Silverwind Lancers though, because Giant Slayers can solo wells and monuments if you leave them alone. If you attack them, they're you know, as good or worse than Silverwind Lancers. But if you leave them alone, Giant Slayers can really do some damage to bases. This Magma Roller, I don't know why he's doing that. Maybe because he wants to have fun. There's a heal. There's another Magma Roller. He rooted the Nightcrawler. It's frenzied, so I can understand why, but 40 power to kill a 60 power unit. I guess it doesn't matter, he's got 500 power. I'm gonna stop criticizing GreatKudi for wasting power now. You're allowed to waste power when you've got 500 in your pool. I'm also allowed to make fun of you for having 500 in your pool and not winning already. Yeah. One significant thing about why Magma Rollers are good is because Giant Slayers are medium units, and Tier 2 is much better at dealing with medium units than at dealing with large units. because most units in tier 2 are medium. So that could be a reason why magma holes are being used, just because there are fewer L counters in tier 2 than there are M counters. That's a good lava field. I would not be surprised just to see like eruption spams. Yeah, what can you get? I don't know. You can get a whole bunch of eruptions off. You can get maybe like 7 eruptions. He can just like erupt everything and just keep erupting. He hasn't noticed that there's this monument here, it looks like, because he should. Okay, now he's noticed. Nasty surprise. qVAMPIROp is trying so hard. I have to give him credit for trying so hard when it's all so lost. Okay, he quits now. He went out with a bang, literally, and gotta give him props for his attempt. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this.